I honestly don't think people understand that everybody doesn't have a support system that they can lean on when stuff hit the fan. So when y'all see people really out here working hard and grinding for the things that they want or the things that they have, it's because they don't have nobody to lean on. Everybody out here getting out the mud to take care of themselves because they never had nobody they could call. They never had nobody that showed up for them. People always disappointed them. Like, yes, they gon' step for themselves. Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
So this conversation about people that lack a support system is a turn-off or a red flag. It's kind of triggering because I can agree to that. I always felt like I was a burden to my friends or my significant others. And this is really why I stopped making friends and I stopped dating, because when you in a world by yourself, you go through a lot of trials and tribulations on your own, and you have to get everything from the ground up. And then when you end up meeting somebody who's going through something like that, you kind of have empathy for it. And it kind of makes you scared to feel like, I don't really like this person no more, but I feel better in the world on their own. So I just want to be there for them. And a lot of people stay in my life longer than they should because they know I'm out here on my dolly, but they don't know that it's something that I'm used to. So you can go, I'm not a charity case. And I have lost a lot of friends due to them helping me and me feeling like, okay, you helped me. You was a good friend to me, but that doesn't stop me from feeling like you in a way and you're not a good friend anymore. You don't win crossing me because you helped me. And, I wanted to get out that phase in my life, so I really just cut off. I'm like, until I get my life together, I'm not gonna really be making friends or dating because it's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something because I don't have nobody to run to and lean on. I have to go search for my resources. And my friends and my significant other is gonna see that. And it's really like something I don't want them to see because I don't want nobody to feel obligated to be by my side. I just want them to enjoy me. So until I get into a place in my life where I know life is never going to be easy, but to a softer layer, I don't have to go crazy when things happen. Until I get there in my life, I don't really want to meet nobody for real. But yeah, just hearing that kind of triggered me like, damn, I knew all along that was a red flag. And now people saying that, it's like, crazy.
Stop comparing yourself to people who have a support system. I saw a video the other day and it made a lot of sense. You're comparing yourself to people who have a real support system. Not just family that loves them, but people actively pushing them to be great, holding them accountable, opening doors for them. And when you don't have that, it's a different game. It's lonelier, it's harder, and it takes longer. The people around you might not have the same vision, drive, or work ethic as you, so you're carrying it all alone, and that's heavy. So stop beating yourself up. Stop comparing your journey to someone who's got an entire team behind them. Your path is different, and that's okay. It's harder, yeah, but it's not impossible. So keep going, keep building, and one day you'll be the support system you never had.
If you a person with no support system, stop and listen to this video. I know you see people getting support. I know you feel like it would be easier if you had support. I know it's hard to find a motivation sometimes. I know you feel like you ain't getting nowhere. But I want you to stop for a second and think about your progress. As a person who have extreme highs and extreme lows, sometimes it's hard for me to get up and do what the fuck I said I was going to do. I also have those thoughts where I'm like, can I do this? Am I able to do this? This shit is impossible. And I also resent people for not being there for me or not showing up for me how I need them to show up for me. But the truth is, you ain't going to find their motivation nowhere but in you. On your bad days, you got to push through. You got to find that hope, and you got to cling to that hope and don't let it go. It may be motherfuckers waiting on your downfall, waiting on something bad to happen, waiting on you to slip up. You going to get them the satisfaction? It's just a bad day, not a bad life. And it's your vision. So what you gonna do with it? You gonna make it a reality? Or you gonna keep pouting about how it ain't your reality? You gotta start creating.
I just want to have a moment of transparency and say that it's really hard being a single mother. It's really hard. And many people will say, oh, you chose to be a single mother. This is what you chose to do. But it's nothing of choice. It's just when you do make the wrong choice, and now you have to deal with it and figure things out. It's just hard. I've noticed trying to find a job. It's really hard. Because they want you to come at 5 a.m. They want you to be there until a certain time. And then sometimes you have to close at 12 a.m. It's like when you don't have a support system, it's hard. It's really hard. And I just want to say, like, y'all need to get it together. Stop out here giving women children and not being that support for them, for real.
I get a lot of messages that say that it's too hard to leave because they don't have a support system. Because that toxic piece of shit narcissist has you isolated. But you know what's even harder? Is to be abused without a support system. You see what I'm saying? You've already got through the harder part and you're not even realizing it. It's time to choose your fucking self and leave that piece of shit once and for all. And it's going to be hard, but guess what? Once you leave, you can build that support system because you don't have someone controlling you and isolating you on purpose while playing like they love you. Choose yourself. You fucking got this. Let's go.
I'm so fucking defeated right now. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm sitting alone in one of my fucking bathrooms because I was struggling today to take care of my 2 kids. And lately, I've been getting shit on by my in-laws and my partner on how I am raising my kids or my lack of being there for them or whatever the case is. Mind you, I went back to work because this economy is so bad so I could help out my household. And it seems that the complaints and comments that I'm getting is because I went back to work, but I need to because we don't make enough money if I don't work. So, like, I just don't understand the problem. And it's just being so hard on my mental health right now because it's like I am trying my best. As someone who was lazy until her first kid came into the picture, I'm doing my damn best. But my toddler just made me fucking cry when I'm trying to put him to sleep because I have to do it right now because we have company over and I'm the one that's taking the beatings all day and I'm the one that's getting these comments all the time like, oh, let me teach you how to be an adult, how to be a parent. And I'm just sitting here like, my kid should be going to bed by now on his own. He's 4 years old. He should know how to go to bed on his own. And I don't have any support system, anyone to talk about this with, no one to talk to about this. I literally have no one because I just don't have, like, people don't bother to keep in contact with me or, you know, my partner has issues with my parents, so I can't give them any information on him. It's going to make the situation worse. And then I can't complain to my in-laws about it because they're also getting on my fucking nerves too. So I just feel really lost and hopeless and stupid. I don't know what to do. I literally don't know what to do. And I have literally nowhere else to sleep tonight because we have like a giant living room area. And then we have the room that my baby sleeps in, which is already really fucking hard to breathe in there because our place is so full of crap and dusty. And then I have our room that I don't want to sleep in right now because my partner and toddler are pissing me off. So and I'm sick. So like, where do I go? What do I do? How?
You know what's really shitty is when you go to tell somebody about a problem that you're having or something that you're going through, and then they make it more about how they feel about that situation, and their feelings just become so big that you end up managing their reaction to what you're telling them, and that becomes the thing that's taking up the most space in that situation versus what you were actually coming to them for and looking to them for support on. That becomes a lot more minimized in that situation because they're just so focused focused on how they feel and their reaction, and then you are kind of lost in it and it's more about them, and then you find yourself not really even able to get any sort of support from them because they're telling you all about what you should do based on what they think you should do because their feelings are so big in that moment. You know how that is just really, really shitty and actually not helpful and not supportive at all. And then it ends up kind of impacting your relationship a little bit because now you're not able to really go to them with your issues, because each time that this happens, you feel invalidated and you feel unseen and unheard, and they're just taking up all the space and the energy, and then you're not getting any support. Yeah.
If you hear a parent complain about all the days their kids are off during the months of November and December, please don't tell them that they should just enjoy spending time with their kids more. It's not helpful, it's not accurate, and it's actually just parent shaming. And you're putting the blame in the wrong place. The fact that parents are having such a tough time with all the days off their kids have during the holiday season has nothing to do with their desire to be with their kids. It has a lot more to do with the fact that they probably don't have those days off from work, and that it's really hard to set up backup childcare, to find a way to afford backup childcare, to weigh whether or not it's worth taking a day of PTO when you don't have enough days of PTO, and you have to budget all the sick days that you're going to run into through the winter. Or for some parents, they have to think about whether it's worth taking an unpaid day away from work when this season is notoriously so expensive for families. And look, I'm saying all this as a freelancer. I love it when my kids have a random day off. They're off today and I'm having a wonderful time with them. But I am able to enjoy these random days because I have complete flexibility over my schedule. Again, I am self-employed, I'm a freelancer, and I'm able to take today and say that I'm going to spend the day with my kids. I'm not going to be on my computer at all. I'm not going to make any money, and that's okay. For our family's bottom line, that's not going to make a huge difference. But I have the empathy to realize that most families can't say that. And I just really think that if more families had empathy and a real awareness of what other families are up against, they wouldn't say things like, parents just don't want to parent anymore, when somebody complains about their kid having too many days off. The reality is our system does nothing to support families in which both parents are active in the workforce, or single parent families. That's the issue. So if you want to take it up with that, take it up with that, but don't blame the parents who are struggling with this.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Do you ever just feel like tired? Like, I'm just so fucking tired, y'all. And by tired, I feel like, stressed, just drained, not knowing what to do. Like, it just gets tiring and exhausting when you're like the one in the family that's just carries all the baggage and just got to show up for everyone and be there for everyone. But to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like very blessed in my family. A lot of people in my family don't have the same opportunity as me, are not as successful as me, or doing as good as me. But it just gets exhausting because since I was a kid, I always had to like carry my family and be the one to take care of them and take up all the baggage. But it gets tiring because it's like you focus so much on worrying about everybody else and taking care of everybody else, but it's like, who's gonna take care of me? Like, who's got me? Like, who can I count on? Like, it's good having someone that you can fall back on and depend on, and that's usually me. I'm the person that they do that with, but I don't have that for me, and it gets quite depressing and exhausting. And this is not to shame anyone or sound mean. I'm just being honest and transparent because let's be real. People that are in my shoes, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Mind y'all, I'm young. I'm very young. I'm only in my mid-20s. I'm very, very young. And I've been doing this my whole entire life. With grown adults too, you know? But it's just a lot when you have a lot on your plate. I gotta think about myself. I gotta make shit happen for me and everyone else around me. But I don't have that, unfortunately. I never really did. I've never really been able to have a break since my childhood. Even now in my adulthood. I gotta figure everything out for myself. I gotta make shit happen for myself. I gotta show up for myself. I gotta be there for myself, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. But I don't have none of that. I'm just glad that the people around me, like my family or the friends that I've had, I'm glad they was able to experience someone like me in their life because I never really been able to experience that. But yeah, that's just my transparency post. Thank you to anyone that listened through this whole video. I hope I didn't talk a lot for y'all. I just feel like I need someone to talk to about this because I don't really have people in real life like that I can talk to about these type of things. But I have y'all, so thank you guys for listening. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. And remember
this too shall pass. That's actually my all-time favorite quote, and I always go by that whenever I'm having like a rough day or whatever the case, and it makes me feel better.
Guys, a support system is so important, especially in these tough times. You need a very strong community around you. Either family or friends or a mixture of both. You really need it. These times of stress, of uncertainty, of just fear and all of these things. And life is very expensive right now. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. This is the time for you to create new support systems and to strengthen existing ones, because we are in for a very bumpy ride. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy. And for me personally, there were years where I hardly had any support. I had nobody in my corner. I felt alone. I felt isolated and everything. For years, for about 2 to 3 years, I felt that. And life was a drag, honestly. And it's very important. Have at least 3 solid people in your life for support. At least 3 solid people. And of course, the more people that support you, the more the merrier.
Listen, if you don't have a support system, don't fucking have kids, bro. This is your fair warning. You heard it from me first. I'm telling you. I see so many females on social media low-key trying to bash women who be outside and getting drunk and turn all of that because they have support. They have their support system to help them raise their child. Like me, for instance, why she just close the door? Y'all, I get some to her close the door because I gotta keep getting up and open it for her little ass because she don't know how to open the door yet. Keep the door open for your little boy get a whooping. Listen. All right, anyway, back to the video. So my mom died 3 months into me being pregnant, y'all, with the baby y'all just seen. I promise you, if I knew deeply that I would not have nobody to get Rena when I needed them to get Rena, or if I just needed a break in general, like, please just give me some time away from my baby. If I knew that, do y'all think y'all be seeing her walk around right now? Hell to the fucking no. No, bro, I promise you. But I sat there and I thought to myself, like, who would be there for me? Like, who would get Rena? Who would and I had 2 people in mind off rip. And that was enough for me. I only needed those 2 people. As y'all can see, I kept her. She's here, you know. But honestly, like, I just see so many single moms or moms with no support system get on the internet and just try to bash moms who do get breaks, who are able to just get up and do what they want because we know we have support. Like, we know this. How are y'all mad at us? How are y'all trying to low-key bash us? Like, and it's people on my Facebook that I'm friends with that be sharing, posting shit that has the word, y'all, like, it be some low-key subliminal hating ass posts. Like, how are you mad because I can go out and get drunk and I know Rena is good? Like, what? How are you mad because you chose to have this baby with no support system and you got to sit in the house 24/7, 25/8 with a nigga even in the house and you still don't even get a break? Like, how are you mad? That don't even make sense. How are you mad because our family is being supportive of their family? The baby is still part of the family, whether the baby was wanted or not, whether these people told you to get rid of that baby and you still kept the baby. Like, they're still family. So if your family is family, they're going to help you regardless. Like, I have so many aunts and uncles like Rena can go to. I just don't let her right now because, you know, she's teething, whatever, the crying. Yeah, I'd rather her. But she goes to my sister and my brother, and they get her with no like, either of them gets her. I can ask them at the last minute and they'll still get her. Like, but best believe when Rena hit about 3, 4, baby, y'all think I'll be outside getting drunk and shit now? And like I said on Facebook, if my mama was alive, oh, y'all would really fucking hate me because my mama would willingly get her grandchild. I promise you, her and my stepdad would have been getting Rena and Olivia every mother. Y'all don't even understand, like, and I would have been outside. I would have been, baby, y'all don't. But yes, more of this is if you don't have that support system and you know you don't got that support system, don't have that baby. Don't have that baby because when that postpartum kick in, when that crying is nonstop, when the baby won't stop following you everywhere, when you can't put that baby down, it's on you, boo. This your baby. This is your baby. It's all on you. Like, and nobody else told you to lay down and make a baby and know you can't take care of it and still have it. Nobody told you to do that. But I'm telling you right now, don't have that baby or you're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. And you're going to just hate the moms who can't get breaks and shit. But yeah, I just warned y'all.
The older I get, the more I understand a support system. A support system is so needed, is much needed when you're trying to get further in life. Because if you don't have somebody to go to and to keep cheering you on, to let you know, hey, you can do this. Hey, you're going to get this. Hey, if nothing works out, I always got your back. And personally speaking, my mom has been my best support system. And because of her, I am where I am today in life. Knowing that I have somebody that's in my corner, that's rooting for me on the sidelines. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I will forever cherish that. And to know that I have that, I hold on tight to it, and I keep looking for it, and I keep letting her know, hey, I appreciate it. Like, I think because it's a privilege to have that. A lot of kids don't have that, and a lot of people.
It recently occurred to me that some people in this life have never lived without their basic needs unmet. And maybe that is why they are so quick to judge people that end up on the streets, selling their body, selling drugs, doing these things that are deemed as wrong. But when you are placed in survival mode, you have no idea what you would do until you are in that situation. And this is why I do not judge anybody for what they choose to do with their body and their time. Now, I do pray that everybody finds, God and the God within and learns that they don't have to do any of those things. But I'm just saying, I don't judge because I know what it's like.
Hey, so I know this is going to offend people, but I don't care. I said what I said. Because I had to learn this the hard way. Do not help people. I don't care what nobody say. I'm the type of person who has a lot of help and a lot of support. If I'm down bad, I need a place to stay, or I need some money or anything. I got a bunch of people that I could call. But I realized that I have that because of my character. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I had to realize. And I used to feel so sorry for people who don't have nobody in their corner, and they don't have no help, and they don't have no support. And I've tried to help people, and I realized it's a reason why. It's a reason why some people don't got nobody in their family that want to let them borrow money. It's the reason why some people don't got nobody in their family that want to let them stay or want to help them out, man. Some people character is not built for you to help them. Some people have character flaws to where nobody wants to help them. I had to learn the hard way. It's some people who are ungrateful. It's some people who want to live with you and don't understand that they got to respect your house rules. It's some people that don't understand the principle. It's some people who live nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's some people who don't stand on their word. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to let them borrow money because they don't feel like they're going to give it back. So, yeah, do not feel sorry for people who don't have help, who don't have a support system, who don't have nobody who want to look out for them. Because more than likely, they got some type of character flaws to where that's why don't nobody want to help them. It's not just because whatever they're telling you, because that's one thing that I had to learn the hard way, because I got such a good heart. I be wanting to be there for people. No, it's a reason why a lot of people don't have nobody in their corner. So yeah, I just want to say that. Bye.
All she just said was mostly true. It was facts. And I personally have a story time for you guys. So I have a cousin, right? She is addicted to alcohol and vaping. And she has been an addict for years. And we found out from her ex-husband that she was living on the streets, right? And so as good family, we went to get her from the streets, right? And so she got beaten, right? Allowed her to stay in my room, and I nursed her back to health. And she started to improve on her health by a lot, right? So cool. But as soon as she improved her health, she started to drink and stay drunk all day in her car at the front of our house. She started to do this, and she continued to lie to herself and to us about it. We are helping you to improve your life, to heal, to recover, to improve your life, and you come into our home and you cause more damage. We did everything for you, nursed you back to health, and got your car back, helped you start to work again. You were doing well, and then you went back to your old same patterns. And then you started to lie about your addictions again. We did everything for you. Helped you with this, helped you with even food. Buying you food. and you continue the same behavior over and over again. Guys, she was in and out of the hospital for 2 months. 2 full months because of overconsumption of alcohol. She was in and out. They had to always take her in the middle of the night to the hospital because of that. That girl stressed me out so much. I was so anxious all the time, could barely sleep because of her issues. We were trying to help her, but the character and her poor behavior, poor choices, not worthy of help anymore, from us at least. We were doing the best that we can. And yet, more stress added to our lives, more issues, more problems. They were constant problems from one person. Blamed everybody else for her issues. Blamed everyone else why she chose to drink. Why she copes with only drinking. Find another thing to cope with. We did all that we could as people, as family. But at a certain point, it's like, you don't want help, you want pity. And we will not pity you. We've already shown you kindness, a lot of patience. But thank God she is not part of our lives anymore. The stress and the issues are just not worth it anymore. They're just not. We did all that we could, but she could not help herself at the end of the day. Went back to the same toxic behaviors, the same old patterns, and we had it up to here with her. There are some people in this life, they don't receive help because of their character, their poor choices, their constant issues that people do not want to deal with, their constant struggles that people get tired of real quick. You cannot continue to repeat the same patterns that got you into trouble in the first place. It makes no sense. You never learn from your mistakes.
So my support system throughout these days, holy cow. Okay, I will first start off by saying definitely all of you guys, strangers as of recently, but in the very beginning, my mom, my stepdad, my brother, they've all been truly, truly amazing. And then actually also his oldest sister was there for me a lot in the very, very beginning. And then I do have a girly friend, which her and I's story is so funny. Our friendship came out of, I will probably speak about it one day, but she's the person that I talk to about pretty much everything, every thought, any situation that's going down. And she does the same with me, and we don't hang out. We literally just text. But in the very, very beginning, the first couple of days of our separation, I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't have anybody. Like, I was so alienated. I wasn't going out and playing volleyball at the time. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't doing anything. Like, for months before we actually separated, I was just completely alone. So I didn't really have anybody. I was just posting my coffee videos on here and then making like little sad TikToks and sort of talking about it a little more on here. So that's what my support system was and how it's looking at like right now. But I think that's wonderful that you had your mom and your sisters and strangers. Strangers can literally be way more supportive than people you even know in real life. So, yeah.
Hey guys, so I want to talk chronic illness, but not necessarily really about me. More about my support system, because they are very involved in what's going on, and I don't think they get a lot of recognition for it, but without them I couldn't do a lot. This is another support system, but yeah, we don't really talk about that. They kind of run through this medical journey parallel to us, and have to go through a lot of their own stuff because of it. Personally, I have my mother and stepfather live close, my aunt, my older sister, and my mother-in-law, and my husband, of course, that lives with me. But they all provide tons of support and help with my needs, whether it is taking me to doctor's appointments, procedures, tests, emergencies, childcare during all this. But listen to complaining, decision making, research. They all pitch in, and they also have to deal with the fear that I've given them. For instance, I was in the shower just the other day, and I didn't let anybody know, which I generally do if it's like an odd time for a shower, because if I don't get back to somebody in 20 minutes, the text messages, phone calls start circulating. Have you heard from Hannah? And checking in. There will be someone at my door in 20 minutes if I don't get back to you. You better believe it. My mom came running to my door, and I'm in the shower. I think Finn was laying in my bed and Lincoln was in the shower with me. And all of a sudden I just hear random voices. Hannah, are you okay? Where are you? Because I put the fear in them. Because at any time something awful can happen. And most of the time, like, I do text my husband getting in the shower, got out of the shower, just to let him know. But it could be as simple as I put my phone down in the kitchen or on the charger in the kitchen, and I'm laying down in the living room and all hell is breaking loose. I have 100 phone calls and text messages because they are afraid. And I feel horrible when that happens. My husband doesn't even like when I just don't call him back in 2 minutes. It triggers fear and anxiety, and it's awful. These poor people go through hard emotions because of my issues. So yeah. Meanwhile, I have a sister that lives in New York, and she gets all these messages and, you know, can't be here for everything. And she'll be flying into her car and trying to get here, and there's nothing wrong sometimes, or something does go wrong and she travels, and what I do to these people. Well, sorry guys, and I love you. Go hug your support people because they really deserve it. They go through it, and they might not be feeling the pain, but they're experiencing it too, for sure. So, yeah, I just want to put that out there. And if you're a support person, thank you. You need your community too, because it's not easy. Bye guys.
If you feel like you don't have a solid support system, then this video is for you. So it can be really tough navigating life when you're doing it all by yourself, right? All on your own. But guess what? You can become your biggest support system and your biggest source of strength if you don't feel like you have the people around you. Let me show you how to do this. And this is good for anyone. You can lean on other people, but you can also lean on yourself. So first, become your own cheerleader, right? Speak to yourself like you would your best friend. So positive self-talk can actually be a really big source of encouragement, even from yourself. And remind yourself daily of your strengths, how far you've come in addition to what you're working on, right? The second thing is to create healthy routines, especially in the morning. Having a structure that promotes self-care and positive thinking throughout the day, mindfulness can be really, really helpful when you're doing things on your own. The third is join communities, right? You don't have to do it alone. Even if you want to or you're used to it, you can look up online groups or meetups, classes, and meet with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people on a similar journey. The next thing, the fourth thing, is invest in your growth. So you can read books, listen to podcasts, watch documentaries, however you want to do it. Personal development can really support you and feed your mind with the right content and things to do when you're trying to create the strength and support in your own life if you don't have people around you that you feel like show up for you. I hope these tips are helpful and things that you can do and bring into your life. Follow me for more on mindset and tips like these, and message me for coaching.
I did a video yesterday about my family and my support system and how I wouldn't be where I am without my support system. But I also feel like I have never touched on the fact that nobody in my life believed me until I started being vocal and posting and explaining what I was going through and really being vocal about the things that I'm going through so that people could understand. Growing up, no one in my life believed me. My teachers would tell my school nurses that I was overdramatic. My teachers would tell my parents that I was overdramatic. My nurses wouldn't allow me to stay in the nurse's office because I was visiting them too much. I would bleed through my pants, and I would have to wear the school nurse's pants because people in my life didn't want to bring me clothes because they thought that I was being overdramatic. I would go to countless doctors, and my parents would come with me, and I was told that everything was coming back normal, and therefore, because they had no other information to base it off of, I do not blame them, because there is such a narrative out there that painful periods are normal, it's something that you should suck up, that you're overdramatic if you talk about it, that you just want attention if you talk about it, when endometriosis is listed as one of the top 20 most painful conditions in the world, and there's no cure. And I just never really talk about it because I don't want to make it seem like I'm throwing people under the bus, but that was my reality for so long. I went through 7 years of going through this pain, going to doctors, having everybody tell me that I was overdramatic, and then I convinced myself that I was crazy. And I still deal with that aftermath. And it's been in the last few years of me getting my surgery, and granted, my family's always been there to support me, period. They've always been around, but I used to get in trouble for not doing things. I was told that I was just trying to get out of chores, that I was lazy, that I wasn't allowed to skip school, that I was overdramatic, that I just and I went through so many years of my life convincing myself that I was overdramatic because everybody in my life was telling me that I was. And if all of my tests were coming back normal and all of my doctors and school administration, I was getting detentions and getting in trouble because I was missing school. And again, nobody had information to understand that this was something that so many other people are going through, which is why I think it's so important to be vocal and to talk about these things. And it can feel weird to post videos of me crying and to feel like I'm just constantly complaining on the internet, when that's not my hope. My hope is to raise awareness and to help other people understand that they're not alone, and hopefully help people that aren't going through it to have more sympathy and empathy and understanding as to what so many people go through and mask and don't feel comfortable to show others, because when maybe they do come out and tell other people that they're going through something that's really unexplainable pain, and then they're told that they're overdramatic, and they're told to just be quiet and that everybody goes through it, that just rewrites the narrative over and over again, that women are overdramatic, that people with periods are overdramatic, that if you have painful periods you just need to not talk about it, and if you do talk about it, then don't. It's been a long journey with everybody getting to where they are, and I don't, again, know where I'd be without my family and my support system, but I just want it to be known that it hasn't always been that way, and that people can change. And I think that, at least the thing for me, and this obviously not everybody is going to be this way, and that's so unfortunate, and I hope that for the people that don't have the support in their life right now, that they can find support in community, in the endo community, and just knowing that they're not alone, because you're not alone. Whether or not people in your life are belittling your pain or telling you that you don't have endo because you're too young or you're just overdramatic, and that you know your body best. And of course there are going to be people out there that try to convince you otherwise, but you know your body best. And for me, being vocal and really explaining what I was going through is what helped the people in my life click as to what I need for support. And it took me a really long time to figure out what I needed for support, and actually accepting help from my family and my friends, and not feeling guilty about that. And that's something that I'm still working on. But I just wanted to say that. I took the video down because I was like, actually that feels not mean. My intention was to show that people will come around, and the right people will be there for you. But then I was kind of sitting in it well, that really sucks because not everybody has that, and I don't ever want to make people feel even more isolated from that. So if you don't have the support in your life, I really hope that you can find support in community, and you're not alone. And I genuinely don't know what I would do without this community. So I hope that it is something that can be there for you, and hopefully the people in your life will come around and start to understand what it is that you need for support and be there for you.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.